Let me preface by saying I have a severe case of arachnophobia. Seriously, even those tiny ones scare the shit out of me. If I spot a spider in my room, any room, you could bet your ass I'll be the first to leave it. So it's God's greatest joke that this would be happening to me. The guy who regularly dissolves into tears over a fucking daddy long legs in the sink. Just a few years back, I ran into a friend of mine on my way to the corner shop, so naturally I was forced to stop and make small talk. When I glanced down at my feet, was it racking my brain for an excuse to leave, I saw these long, hairy legs sticking out from under my read book, twitching meekly. Now, when I say those legs were long, I don't mean, hey, that spider's got pretty long legs long. I mean, holy fucking shit, look how long that spider's legs are. Long, I'm not exaggerating when I say that its a leg span can easily cover a small car's wheel from end to end, staring down in utter revulsion, not daring to remove my foot from what I imagine to have been a very gruesome scene. Some part of me noted that this monster had 10 legs in place of 8. Without looking back, I turned the tail and sprinted all the way back down the street to my house. At the front door, I kicked the shoe off the street before slamming it shut. I backed up into the sofa, shuddering as phantom spiders crawl around under my shirt. The rest of that evening was spent on my laptop, trying to find the species that the spider belonged with simultaneously to avoid the images tab. I'd seen throughout spiders already, thanks. As expected, my efforts uncovered nothing, so I retired to bed for the night, feeling very confused and very uncomfortable. Sometime during the fight, I woke to a faint sound of scuttling in the darkness. Blinking sleep from my eyes, I rolled over and flicked on the bedside lamp. As warm light washed over the crammed bedroom, my blissful ignorance shattered into oblivion. On the bedside table, I close to the lamp. I'd almost touch it, sat a huge 10-legged spider. I was unable to move, unable to think, unable to breathe as I looked at its face, set into the front of the desk of its dark fat body where a pair of brown eyes, human eyes, they were heavily bloodshot and didn't appear to have eyelids, just big, round, and boring deep into mine. It was an abomination, the stuff of nightmares, even for someone without crippling fear of spiders. Whenever my head moved, its eyes would swivel unblinking to track mine. Something about it, knowing that it was watching, freaked the hell out. And then I blinked. In a split second that my eyes were shut, there was a sound of mad scrambling, followed by a sickening heavy weight falling against my chest. It was on top of mine. Its bulging eyes locked into mine, mere inches from my face. My heart hammered furiously for the remainder of that night, and well into the morning. The spider stayed as motionless as I did, apart from the constant oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, running through my mind. I only had two unique thoughts the entire time. There was a point that I nearly broke, and actually considered knocking the beast away and making a run for it. But knowing full well it would have probably just killed me with those vicious fangs, I couldn't go through with it. So I came to the realization that this had to be the same creature I had stepped on earlier that day. In fact, I was certain of it. It took me an embarrassing long time to snap to it, but then my mind wasn't exactly at peak performance just then. I'd killed it, and this was the same idea of revenge. Lord knows how it returned to life. Hours later, the torment had begun. When the sun had fully risen, the thing finally zipped its way through an instant, disappearing through the open door. It was a while before I felt able to move again, and even longer until the torrent of tears finally stopped. Later that same morning, I received some troubling news. Apparently, my neighbor, Todd, had been taken to the hospital during the early hours of the morning. His wife had awoken to the sounds of his sobbing. When she had turned on the lights, she had been horror-struck to find that her husband's eyes were missing, with the large, dark, empty pits in their place. I can only imagine what it must feel to open your eyes but see nothing. That poor guy. I have an appointment with my therapist tonight, and I'll be paying for the nose for him to convince that this was shit didn't happen. Money well spent, if you ask me. So here's an advice for you. If someone ever needs you to kill a spider, then by all means, rid the world of many as you can. You'd be doing many of us a huge favor. Trust me, but for your sake, you might want to count its legs before you do.
What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video, and I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Miss Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, stay pretty.